Her voice, man, like I don't like it. You know, it's too edited. It's auto-tuned. It's kind of annoying.
Oh yeah, and this just sounds so much better. I don't like her voice, man. It's like auto-tuned and like.
I don't think it's nothing to work out at this point. I beat her ass, so you know what I'm saying. Like she talking about she want to fight again. But it ain't nothing to fight, I already beat her ass.
Danielle Bregoli has only been around for about 3 years now. After going viral for telling a Dr. Phil audience member to cash her outside, the internet had a field day. Memes were made, merchandise was sold, and some of the biggest names in YouTube at the time, like Logan Paul, had gotten her in videos. It seemed like many viral things, Danielle was going to come and go. But that's not what happened. Instead, she managed to stay relevant and capitalize on her opportunity. Of course, that included her starting beef with a lot of people. You know, the classic way to stay relevant. What's going on, guys? I'm your host, Jared Bronstein, and welcome to InformOverload. Make sure to subscribe and click that bell to never miss a video, and drop me a comment down below with who you think would win in a fight. And we're talking a real fight between Danielle and woveicky. We're talking like a regulated fight, whether it be boxing, MMA, or someone's backyard. At the end of the video, I'll be replying to some of my favorite comments from another video and showing you guys some bloopers, so be sure to stick around. And on that note, let's start off our list here. Ladies and gents, here are the top 10 enemies of Danielle Bregoli. Starting our list off at number 10, Barbara Ann Bregoli. That's right, her own mother is starting off our list. Now, though it seems like these two have worked together to turn Danielle into the budding rap star she's become as Bad Baby, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like her mother is her best influence. Following their Dr. Phil debut, Danielle was sent to the ranch for about 4 months. While she was there, she completely turned around, became a great leader, and got along with the other girls. Then, according to Dr. Phil, literally after just a night of being home with her mother, all the progress went down the drain. She regressed and went back to her original ways of hating everyone and always being angry. Dr. Phil blamed Barbara Ann for that, saying she was tracking down people talking poorly about her online and threatening them, getting Danielle involved too. Yikes. And at number 9, we got Lil Tay. It seems this beef was more so inherited through the feud woveicky and Danielle had, but nonetheless, Lil Tay was certainly involved, just running her mouth as she's known to do. I'm not sure Danielle paid much attention to the little 9 or 10-year-old girl that was running her mouth at her, but with that being said, I don't think Danielle feels too fondly of Lil Tay. Then again, when comparing careers, I mean Danielle's been doing quite well for herself, and Lil Tay, well, she's not really a thing anymore. After the situation with her mom and her brother, it seems like Lil Tay is a thing of the past, and that in itself might be enough for Danielle to move on and forget about her and all the beef they had together. Coming at number 8, we got Soulja Boy. Now this beef is quite an interesting one. It all started on Twitter and seemingly out of nowhere. Not really sure what compelled Danielle to do what she did, but she randomly tweeted "F you" at Soulja Boy. Simple as that. I don't know. She's Danielle and she does what she wants. Obviously Soulja isn't going to take that from a random 13-year-old who went viral for being on Dr. Phil, so he responded "F you too, ugly little bitch." Imagine that, a 13-year-old and a grown man fighting on Twitter. What a world. Danielle responded with, "I made more money this week than you did last year. Go cuddle with your Draco, ho." And that seemed to be the end of that. What's even more interesting is Soulja and Danielle apparently now have a song in the works, so not really sure where the beef stemmed from and when or how it ended, but apparently we've all moved on. Number 7, we got Kim Kardashian. I won't lie, I wasn't expecting it either, but apparently there's some serious beef here, depending who you ask, of course. Kim apparently has no idea who Danielle is, which obviously Danielle has a problem with. In March of 2019, Paper Magazine tweeted a photo of Kim and Danielle sitting together captioned, "I think about this a lot." Danielle then retweeted the photo and captioned it, "I don't." But there's much more history to it than just that. Back in 2017, TMZ asked Danielle about the Kardashians and Jenners, to which Danielle said, "Bitch, I would whoop every Kardashian there is," and then said Kim is only famous because of her leaked sex tape with Ray J. The photo you see is apparently from July of 2017, which Bregoli explains was taken after a mutual friend introduced her to Kim while they were getting lunch at the same spot. Kim, however, claims Danielle was introduced to her as a fan, along with others, and she was just being nice. Of course, Danielle responded to that claim saying, "Why people lying like you know who I am? The I could have popped one of your titties while I was sitting next to you, and I was nice, and I didn't do that So, you know, that's that." So nice of Danielle not to do that to her. Number 6, we got RiceGum. Now, it's slightly confusing how this all started, but like many feuds, Danielle just seems to have a hard time taking criticism or having anyone really talk about her. So apparently Danielle dropped a video making fun of Jacob Sartorius, which led to Jacob and RiceGum putting out a video reacting to it. Then they made a diss track, and it seemed to start a feud between Rice and Danielle. A lot of tweets were sent, a ton of YouTube videos / diss tracks were made, and it seems as of today the two of them still aren't on the best terms. Rice has called Danielle a handful of names I won't repeat, but you can be sure Danielle did the same thing to Rice, but you know, much worse because, I mean, like, you know, she's a savage. Coming at number 5, we got Dr. Phil. Of course this man was going to be on the list, how could he not be? Not to say that they have beef, but I mean, considering how she told Dr. Phil on his show that she made him and that he was nothing before she came on, I don't think our boy Phil feels too kindly toward her. I mean, he fully called out her mom for ruining all the progress she made when Danielle was sent to the ranch for 4 months, and he told Joe Rogan he takes no credit or blame for her success. And although Dr. Phil admits he's never listened to her music, he still doesn't understand how she's gotten so famous, telling Rogan and it makes no sense. I'm sure when asked about Dr. Phil, Danielle has some choice words for him to say the least. In number 4, we got Iggy Azalea. Like most, if not all of her beefs, it seems this one started with Danielle just calling out Iggy. In her song Hi Bish remix, she called Iggy a broke bitch. Iggy responded on Instagram, and then they had a run-in at Cardi B's Fashion Nova party. That's when Danielle threw a drink at Iggy, and then the beef really took off. The two went at it over Instagram, and then Iggy dropped a video called Sally Walker, which shows a redhead getting hit by a car, and the rest of the music video taking place at her funeral. Iggy also raps, "You ain't gonna do shit, you just act ratchet, and play with me, you gonna get backhanded." So, I feel like maybe that was aimed at Danielle? Maybe? What do I know? In at number 3, Spirit Airlines. After Danielle's mother, Barbara Ann, got into an altercation with another passenger on Spirit Airlines, Danielle got involved throwing hands. This altercation led to all 3 women being escorted off of the flight, and Danielle and Barbara Ann getting a lifetime ban from flying with Spirit Airlines. Of course, after the incident, you know Danielle went to Instagram to not only explain her side of the story, but talk about how awful Spirit Airlines is and how much she hates them. Because, you know, she can never be in the wrong. I feel like making this video alone will get her to come after me. Which, I don't know, that'd be kind of funny, I think. Like if she was like tweeting at me like, "You dumbass, Prince Eric looking bitch." I don't know, I'd be like, that's me. So, coming in at number 2, Ira Pesce. For those of you unaware, Ira is Danielle's biological father, and the two seem to have less than an ideal relationship. Ira claims his daughter is simply being exploited for money, and he wants to make sure she's properly taken care of. Danielle claims Ira hasn't been in her life and wants to be a part of it now that she's making money because he only sees her as a cash grab. Either way, it's a sad situation, but Ira did leave Barbara Ann to raise Danielle alone, and he went on to meet someone else and start a family with her. Ira has other children with his current wife, but according to him, he still wants to be a part of Danielle's life. She's not into it and has publicly said many times she wants nothing to do with her dad. So much so, she even went to court and allegedly made Ira give up his parental rights, giving Barbara Ann sole custody. And in at number 1, we got woveicky. These two have quite a history, which seems to stem from a guy. Vicky's side of the story is that she was hanging out with some guy named Malik that Danielle was into. She got jealous when she saw Vicky hanging out with him and decided to go after her over Instagram or Twitter. They've had a handful of run-ins, including their most recent altercation at a studio in Atlanta, which seemed to show Vicky on top of Danielle, giving her the good old 1-2. Danielle then called out Vicky, telling her to meet at another studio where they could fight one-on-one, and most recently said she'd be willing to fight Vicky in a boxing match, similar to that of KSI and Logan Paul, but I don't see that happening in the foreseeable future. For now, it looks like the two will just have to continue dropping diss tracks aimed at each other and calling each other out over social media. And there you guys have it for the top 10 enemies of Danielle Bregoli, aka Bad Baby. Let me know in the comments below if you guys agree or disagree with this list. Make sure to subscribe and click that bell to be notified of all of our videos. And for now, let's reply to some comments from the video. Top 10 scary truths about influencers you need to know. Michael Shane said, "Thank God I avoid Instagram. It's pure trash." I disagree. You know, obviously you got the side that's trash, then you got the side of the girls that are showing some, you know, what they're showing. Also guys doing that too, but I don't really follow those people. And then, of course, you got the spicy memes. Only the best memes. Jeffrey Epstein memes. Incredible. There's other memes on there about, you know, football that I like to watch. Or hockey. Great. Netflix memes, social media memes in general, memes about men, memes about women. There's just memes everywhere. Carly K said, "This world has gone to literal hell. Trust no one online or on TV. Trust facts." Yeah, don't trust what you see online or on TV, but you could trust what you see on InformOverload, because that's facts, man. Crow29803 said, "I'll be honest, I watch IO because I laugh. You guys are hilarious." Well, if you want to get a good laugh, check out these bloopers, because it's mostly me just trying to say things that Danielle says and laughing at how absurd they are. Enjoy the bloopers. Oh, I gotta talk about this f***ing idiot again. Here are the top 10 enemies of Danielle Bregoli. I'm f***ing enemy number 1 because I'm sick of talking about this f***ing shit already. God damn it. I'm just tired, man. I'm struggling to do this video. So he responded, "F you too, ugly ass bitch." No, it's ugly little bitch. I just don't know how they're gonna f***ing, like, they're gonna bleep it all out. Like, how do I say this? What do I just say terrible things like? So he responded, "F you too, ugly little." The fact that a grown man is saying this to a 13-year-old and he's calling her an ugly little bitch, I just think it's the funniest thing, dude. So he responded, "F you too." This is the funniest thing in the world, dude. This is the 13-year-old on Twitter going, "F you," and he's just like fucking, like it's Soulja Boy. He acts like a fucking tough gangster, and he's like, "F you too, ugly little bitch." Like. To which Danielle said, "I could have popped one of your titties." What does this even mean? "I could have popped one of your titties while I was..." You can't, man. Like, what does that mean? Is you gonna just fucking pop it like a balloon? I could have popped. I could have popped. I can't do whoever it is this girl, dude. Anything that has to do with her, it's just funny. "I could have popped one of your titties while I was sitting next." It's just the way I'm saying it too, man. Like. And in at number 1, we got woveicky. Whoa.